Hi, I'm Steve. This is Fran. We're going to talk about wall ovens. Not a lot of videos on wall ovens, but really a wall oven is just a range put in a wall. That's the way you want to think about it. And there's two different types. Like you get the full feature ones, like I'm sure we'll talk about Wolf Miele, and then you get ones that are a little bit less expensive as well. So we're going to rate based on that. So what do we got?
Good. So let's start right off the bat. Let's go with Wolf. And again, a couple different series, really with all these brands, like you said, they have their M series, which is kind of top of the line, and then they have their E series, which is a little bit less featured.
I mean, Wolf's one of the ones you probably should consider.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to be expensive, and they got another price increase coming in 2026. But, get the Wolf Gourmet. You put in what you like to cook, how you want it done. It calculates time, temperature, and even rack position.
Mm-hmm.
I like that oven. I actually have that oven.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great oven. But expensive. And then the E series is a D featured where you get twin convection. The other one's got what's called Vertiflow, which is twin convection with extended elements. It's probably the best in terms of air circulation, so you bake better. I like their M series a lot, but you're going to pay a lot of money for it. So
yeah,
I would rate that an A. What do you think?
Absolutely. I definitely go with an A. The Gourmet is only in that M series. And I like how they give you a few different styles. They have the professional with the kind of the bulkier handle, red knobs, transitional, which is no knobs, a little bit of a slimmer tubular handle, and then the full contemporary
I like the
with the
black
push to open. Yeah, definitely an A. Let's go with Miele next.
I think I love Miele. I love their wall ovens. I know we're not talking about steam ovens today, but their wall ovens are a lot like Wolf. We get twin convection. I think Wolf's maybe a little bit better. We get steam assist, so you can add moisture, which is, I've said this before, very important in a dry electric oven. You'd want some moisture. And for meats and breads, it's essential. And Miele makes it so easy where you're just touching a button and putting it in without thinking about it. So if you want, roast beef, you can do that in the steam. If you know what you're doing, you can program it, or it'll do it for you, one of the two. I love this oven.
Yeah, and I like how they have like the menu cooking and the time cooking, so you can kind of say like when you want something to be done. It'll kind of prep you for when to put it into the oven and kind of guide you that way, as opposed to just kind of putting it in and telling you how long it's going to be. So really kind of helps you to plan as well. Really great feature with the Master Chef, wireless temperature probes, the self-cleaning racks. Really does a lot of really nice features there. What do you think for a rating?
What do you think?
I'd go with an A.
Yeah, an A.
Thermador.
Who's going to get an S? Probably nobody. Okay.
I think we might have went by the one.
Thermador's got a good rebate program, a lot of configurations. Side swing oven, which I happen to like because you can go inside the oven, not lift over a door. Better if you've got an island close. What I don't like is there's no guided cooking of any kind. It's kind of expensive for a single convection oven. To me, if you're going to consider the whole line and the rebate program, it makes sense. As a single item, I think the others are better. And this isn't that much cheaper anymore because of the price increases. Yeah. I think it's a solid B.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it gives you that kind of professional look, knob-driven. But yeah, has the Wi-Fi capabilities to be able to do some of those other features, but obviously a little bit not as intuitive when you just have it right built into a control panel. So yeah, I'd go with a B there. BlueStar.
This is one of the ovens that you can get in gas. And why is that important? Because if you're roasting meats, gas is a moisture heat. And you get 1,000 colors and 6 trims. So you can make something totally unique. And you get the French door if that's what you want, and the more professional look. Problem is it sticks out.
Yeah,
it's like
it's bulky.
A lot of these ovens, if you install them right, are flush instant. They look really nice. This one's like 4 or 5 inches.
It's got a pretty big bull nose on it, yeah.
From the fact that you have actually a gas oven, it's an A. The fact that it's kind of like a design that should be kind of modified, it's a B. I think it's a B.
I would agree. And they've kind of gone, like you can see in their dual fuel ranges, they've really kind of modernized it with the electronics. They have a small electronic display on some of their wall ovens as well, but it's not the same. It's not a great touchscreen. I think they'll get there, but
for someone who wants something other than stainless steel, this is a good oven.
For sure. Let's go JennAir.
Well, we don't sell JennAir anymore, but I do like the range. You got the Center Cuisine, which operates a lot like the Wolf Gourmet, but you don't get the rack position. But it's really kind of cool. I used to love playing with it. The problem is the rest of the line. I just don't think it fit in the store.
Agreed.
But
decent convection system.
Decent convection system, decent wall oven. I don't want to rate it. Do you want to rate them?
Yeah, I mean, when we haven't sold it, it's
Yeah,
hard
exactly.
to really.
I
Yeah.
don't want to bash
Same
it.
thing with Viking. We'll go Viking. Any quick thoughts there?
Yeah, Viking's going to give you the 17 Benjamin Moore colors and a French door. I think it's more expensive than it needs to be. I think their main product is the range, and they need to fix the products like the refrigerator and the dishwasher around that. I think they need to work on the line, and new management might help.
Yeah. Fisher Paykel's next. This is also a hard one just because they're in the middle of a transition with wall ovens and the new ones are coming out really first
Have you
quarter.
seen them?
They look great from what I've seen. One change they are making is no double ovens. So it's going to be all single with, speed or steam or something like that above as well.
That's kind of the way. I got to tell you, that's kind of a, I know we're not supposed to be talking about it in this video. We'll do steam ovens later, but steam over a single oven, phenomenal.
Yeah.
You're going to cook different with steam. So I think it's a smart move. I love Fisher Paykel because it's edgy, it's different.
Yeah.
And, when that sea is stainless steel, they look different. They got 13 modes, which is number 2 to Gaggenau, right? I like the product a lot. I think they went the right direction with single ovens and combination speed, steam, and everything else. I think this is a line that's much less expensive than a Wolf Miele.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'd give it an A.
Yeah, absolutely. And that new look too is kind of like that glass over stainless on. And they have a few different options there
Very
too, but
pretty.
really nice look. Yeah. Let's go SKS.
SKS, love their product. They've got the steam over speed.
Yep.
Or is
Yeah,
it speed
they have a
over-
couple
sorry.
options. They can do either
I'm sorry,
double
it's
oven or the
speed over
combo
steam.
oven. Yeah.
So you get a lot of good combination ovens for not a lot of money. However, they haven't thought their wall ovens. I love their wall ovens. Very intuitive, but you can get the same one in an LG Studio for $1,000 less. So for features, for not a lot of money, the LG Studio and SKS line is something you should definitely consider. I just think they need to make more of a distinction with LG Studio.
The steam assist, like you said, that's built into those. The control panel is really nice and intuitive to use. So yeah, overall really good. What do you think for a ranking?
I would think for LG Studio and SKS, probably an A.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
What about on Gaggenau? Have you seen the new 400 series?
I have seen them, not in person yet, but I have seen them.
Gaggenau's is one of the most reliable wall ovens we sell. They used to have the 2 knobs, no guided cooking.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's 1 knob,
Yeah.
guided cooking. That is probably going to be the best wall oven we sell, but
Yeah.
we can't comment on that just yet.
Okay.
So that's it for wall ovens.